Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading-solutions.com on a Tuesday, 19th December. Just very choppy, grinding higher, all-time highs on all the indexes. From a trading perspective, again, it's just been a steady grind. Obviously, we're only about 30 points from Sunday's high. So it's been, just kind of a steady eddy kind of grinding market, VIX at 12 and all that good stuff. So, again, shorting is off the table, obviously, on one hand, but on the other hand, gains of market looks a little stretched here. What's going to knock it down? Who knows at this point? It's just kind of momentum feeding on itself. Let's get right into the charts. Again, subscribe to the newsletter. Whether this just continues like this, it's very unusual to see the kind of grind we have right now, but you never know. Again, when you have no sellers whatsoever and algos pretty much running the show with a lighter volume, that's kind of what we're getting. So let's get right into the charts here. Just looking at the S&P, we can see, this kind of slow, steady grind. We've got core PCE really on Friday and some other stuff going on, claims and all that. I'm not sure if that's going to really have an impact or just the weight of the market right now. You get some profit taking or whatever. But generally speaking, we may hit some kind of air pocket coming up here. All in all, it's just been, again, just kind of grinding higher, and I don't expect that to change unless we hit some kind of air pockets. Similarly with the NASDAQ, you can see also just these are all-time highs. For all intent and purposes, the S&P really on the SPY and the SPX, the cash, has not hit the all-time highs, but on the future side, we're sitting right at the all-time high. So just for all intents and purposes, we just call it an all-time high. You can see, again, just the steady kind of grind on the NASDAQ. Under the surface, there's a lot of stuff going on. NVIDIA, some of the semis are pulling back a little bit. Apple still hit an all-time high. NVIDIA is getting hit today. As I mentioned, we're still short NVIDIA via some puts. We'll see if that pans out. I do believe the rotation continues here. And there's still, some earnings coming up. We got FedEx at the end of the day today. We've got Micron at the end of the day tomorrow, and then Nike on Thursday. So there's still some opportunities there for us to look at on the options front. The only index, obviously, that's still not even close to all-time highs is the Russell. We keep mentioning that. It's basically sitting at a major resistance level right here. And whether this actually plays catch up at some point and moves higher, even this is kind of just grinding today. It's kind of just been sputtering, trying to break out, but nothing new there. Rates similarly, just kind of meandering about here for the last couple of days since the Fed meeting. You can see the 10-year kind of hanging around this 390. I think also what might be interesting is if we get a jump above 4 on the 10-year. We got a 20-year bond auction tomorrow. That may be something. The dollar also looks like it's headed back and forth. Still hasn't been able to crack the 102. If it does, then you're probably going to have another move into gold. And the currencies, yen did have the Bank of Japan yesterday. Did leave rates negative. We'll see if that actually pushes down to some of these levels I've been looking at in the yen, around 69 on the yen. Again, just been very volatile. Gold may be on the brink of breaking out. NEM, which is the minor stock that we've been looking at, did attempt a breakout. It's pulling back as we speak. This is something I've been looking at with our members here. So it did kind of break out this morning above this 49, 41 area right here. And it's kind of pulling back. So if it pulls back to this gap, we still want to probably buy NEM to participate in potential move higher in gold. Gold itself is also just kind of churning here. Looks like it does want to break out above the 265 level. We'll see if we can catch a breakout up to that 2100 level as well. Everything else really just more of the same. Copper hasn't done anything. Oil looks like that could again continue to bottom. Mentioned that on Friday, the fact that it's holding here. We are going to roll over to the March contract starting tomorrow. But this seems to be putting in a bottom with what's happening in the Red Sea with all the disruption going on there. Also, nat gas, interestingly, continues to fight through some of these pullback areas. Even this morning, we were looking pretty weak. Came back to this level here, trying to fight its way through. If it can push through 260, then I think we got to run up to $3. The fact that it holds here, and this is the first time it's actually holding a higher low. Now we just got to get through 260 and then push through this, and we should get a shot at least up to maybe the $3 mark. Again, I think this with Europe running out of nat gas, I think this actually could be a pretty positive. They keep trying to push it down and keeps bouncing, so that would be interesting to see there. Everything else really not a lot going on. Grains just kind of chopping around. Nothing really to talk about here. See if it holds 13 on the soybeans and 6 on the wheat market. Other than that, really, that kind of sums it up. It's going to be interesting how we end, going into core PCE on Friday. That'll be the last trading day going into Christmas on Monday, and then probably pretty slow going for the last 4 days after Christmas. We are going to have some trading, but it's going to be these quiet periods are where you maybe get something coming out of the blue. Who knows? Obviously, bulls are still firmly in control. So shorting the indexes is obviously a bit of a challenge here. They just continue to grind this thing higher. And obviously you can just jump in and try to catch some momentum, but don't be the last one caught going long before the market decides to pull back. Okay. All right, everybody. Again, sign up for the newsletter. If you want to contact me, support at Transparent Trade Solutions. I did, write a newsletter, ended with, it's been a challenge for some. This trading futures have been challenging this year, I have to tell you. So if you want to learn options, contact me. I have a bunch of material. I've been mentoring a few students on options, and just having that versatility to look around all the different stocks and whatever. When the averages are just kind of meandering like they've been for a large part of this year, if you didn't catch a move or you were caught on the wrong side, obviously it's been a bit of a problem. So, anyways, have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you on Friday. Take care.